One of the biggest mistakes I've seen international students make is not choosing the right health insurance, and because of them, it costs them anywhere from $5,000 to $500,000. And let me tell you a story of a subscriber who just reached out to me, and that's why I'm making this video. So she's one of our subscribers. She was playing badminton in university, and she fell and she twisted her ankle, so she couldn't walk. Luckily, there was someone who had a car, so because it was a Saturday, they couldn't find like university health care options, so she had to rush to emergency health care, which means like they had to go to a hospital where they have an emergency care where she didn't call ambulance, she didn't have to pay extra $2,000 or $3,000. Someone actually had a car, and so they went with the car. Now she's in hospital, she gives her health insurance card, and she's the one who's gotten the health insurance, which is $360 per year, which is like the cheapest option you have available. So you can pay like $30 per month. So and she's like, I'm really healthy, like why do I need like an expensive health insurance and all of that kind of things, which a lot of international students do this. So back to the emergency healthcare, doctors see her, they take x-ray of her thing, and luckily no crack in the bone, so that's a good thing, but she has really sprained her ankle and it's swollen up, so they're putting like things around it and icing it and keeping her under the observation for 2 hours, and then they let her go. And she was like, oh, I don't have to pay because I give my insurance. She didn't know that 1 week later she got a bill from hospital and it was roughly $5,600. I'm not kidding. And yes, this is where the big mistake happens, where people think that they're saving money by not choosing the expensive health insurance. But incidents like this will cost them so much more money. And one of the reason is that, one, very expensive, and it's a little complicated language to understand when you buy an health insurance. Like, what do you really look for? So there's like two main things which I want you to really understand out of this video when you choose like a health insurance plan, and hopefully you don't make any mistakes. Before we get to that part, I want to quickly talk about if you are in New York, state of New York, if you're studying in like or NYU or Cornell, right? Like there's so many universities who are in state of New York, you are eligible for $0 health insurance. I am not kidding. Yes. And that is where our sponsor of the video, Kimber Health, comes in, and they are like mind-blowing. I love them. They are the one who reached out to me, and I'm such a big fan of them because some of our subscribers, I've talked to them, and that's why I'm making this video. And this $0 is not by Kimber Health. It's actually by government, and they are the facilitator to get you this $0 insurance policy. And this $0 literally means $0. You don't have to pay anything. You get the full healthcare insurance because you have chosen this $0 health insurance, which is by United Healthcare, which is by the government, and it is facilitated by Kimber Health. So this is a massive opportunity. And I know you probably like, Yudi, I already got NYU health insurance from the university, which I'm paying like $5,000. So are you telling me that I shouldn't have done that? Yes. If you've already gotten it, what you can do is like go to Kimber Health, link in the description. You can see they have a $0 health insurance plan. So you can click on it, get it, and then they will help you to get the waiver from your university, which means that you will get that money back from your universities. And if you are in New York, this is applicable to you. Now, obviously, this is where I felt like, what about other state? Right? Like if you are not in New York, what happens to you? Well, they also offer affordable health plans which they support different states and different universities. I would highly recommend you, again, same link in the description. If you're not in New York, you can go and check out the different plans, and there are like different plans, and I'm going to explain you what you need to look for in those plans. But then again, they can still help you to get the waiver from the expensive university health insurance to getting this one. And you can compare this plan with your university plans and then make a decision. But I guarantee you, this is more affordable and much better. So I would highly recommend you to go, first link in the description or in the comment section. And I know $0 might seem very scammy and sketchy. So that's why what I've done is I've actually talked to one of our subscribers who have gotten this $0 plan. He also studies in NYU. End of the video, I put this conversation at the end of the video so you can hear from himself like how he used the $0 health insurance and how much beneficial it was for him and how much money he's saving because of that. Now let's really understand how the healthcare process works and how the healthcare insurance process works. Let's say you got injured in United States, you got sick, fever, something happened to you. You go to doctor, and usually they will not ask you to pay anything. Sometimes they may ask like a minimum admission fee or something like that, but then they will get your health insurance card. It is like a plastic card, just like your driving license or something. You will usually, when you buy a health insurance, you get a plastic card like that. So you get that, they will take it, they will take the information, you get the services from your doctor, whatever you need to do, take x-rays, they will help you get healthy or recover, etc. Then what happens is these hospitals or the doctor's clinic, they will bill the insurance saying that, hey, this patient came to us, they use your insurance and this is his bill. What insurance will do is like they will look what plan you have selected, and based on that they will tell your hospital like, yep, here's the our portion of the bill, and then rest will be paid by the patient. So then you get the bill from the hospital that, hey, your insurance paid this much, and then rest needs to be paid by you. So this is how process works. And then you don't have to really go and claim and all of that. It is all done by the hospital. They all take care of it, and then you finally get a bill. And unless you don't believe that the bill is true, then yeah, you might have to like actually call your health insurance and get into that detail. But now comes the most interesting part, and this is where like I think most people misunderstands the health insurance. So coverage, you have to really understand how the coverage of health insurance works. There's two main terms, which is deductible and copay or co-insurance. When you buy a health insurance, you will pay either per month or per year for your buying that health insurance. The more expensive one it is, the lower deductible amount will be. And what people usually think is that, oh, this is only $30. I'm going to choose the lowest one because that's all I have to pay and I still get health insurance. If you read properly, the deductible will be $5,000 or $10,000, and nobody understands what does that deductible even mean. So let's say you bought an insurance, your deductible is $5,000. You went to the doctor and the doctor gave you the bill of $500. Because your deductible is $5,000, you have no options but to pay it from your pocket. So you'll pay $500. Then you went again, it's $1,000. So now the total is 1,000 plus 500 is $1,500. You went again, now another bill came, that is $2,000. All right, now 2,000, 1,500, which is $3,500. You went again, let's say now it's another $2,000. So now the total amount is 2,000 plus the previous $3,500. Now that exceeds $5,000 deductible. So now you have met the deductible $5,000, which means that, okay, $5,000 is what you said that I will pay out of my pocket, which you didn't say it because you didn't understand it. But that's what it means, that until the $5,000, I'll keep paying it from my pocket. After it meets $5,000, then health insurance will kick in. So now amount is $5,500. So $5,000 you have paid it, $500. This is where the co-pay or co-insurance will come in. What happens is, if you read carefully, there will be plan which says 80% will be health insurance, 20% will be you. After you have met deductible. So after 5,000 is done, then 80% of whatever the bill is will be paid by health insurance, 20% will be paid by you. Similarly, there are plans. The cheaper the plan is, the higher co-insurance you will have to pay. 40% you pay, 60% they pay. Another term is copay. So copay is like, regardless of what your deductible and everything is, that you always pay because it's a copay. Like you are also paying and your health insurance is also paying. But again, most of you will select co-insurance and deductible plan. So now that you understand the two main terms, which is deductible and that is like out of your pocket. So if you go back, first link in the description, which is like if you go to the Kimber Health's affordable plan, there will be, you can see the deductible. They also have $0 deductible plan, which means you don't have to pay anything from the start of your insurance. Anytime you go, your insurance will always be part of it. Now, it depends on which co-pay or co-insurance percentage plan you selected. That is the main part. Now, again, this only applies to doctor visit and hospitals and all of that. If you have to take medicine, prescription, like the medicine which your doctor will say like, oh, you have diarrhea, because of that, this is the medicine you have to take, and you have to go to like a pharmacy and get that medicine. In the prescription, that is also like something like $10, $20, $30. Again, based on the plans you selected, that is how much you have to pay, and then how much insurance will pay. So that is the things you need to take a look at it when you buy your health insurance. Don't just go for the cheapest one, because cheapest one will always cost you more if something were to go wrong. And if you are from New York, please get this $0 insurance, because it's for you, it's meant for you, and it's a $0. Like, why would you not get it? And in fact, you will be paying health insurance for your university. Just get that money back and use it for yourself, and enroll in courses or whatever you want to do. But again, if you're in New York, you should absolutely, it's a no-brainer. And then if you're in outside of New York, you can still look at that. You can go and select the university you are in. And if you don't find the university you are in, that's okay. You can still reach out to them and see if they can help you get the waiver for the university you are in. And as I promise, anytime I partner, I always make sure that I have actually validated everything I am saying. And so that's why I'm bringing a subscriber who actually used the $0 health insurance and how it benefited him. Enjoy this conversation.
8 months ago, one of my classmates approached me saying that, "Hey, did you heard about this plan? It's a $0. It's by United Healthcare, and there is Kimber Health that facilitates the process. It's from New York State and all." I was confused and I thought it was a scam, or it will affect my immigration as well. Uh,
Right.
and then I went back home. I told this to one of my roommates, and he's like a he does a lot of research on these kind of things, and he comes back and says it's a legit thing and it doesn't affect your immigration status, and it's mentioned on your government website.
Hmm.
So we referred to it, then we had a conversation with Kimber Health, and then we got the insurance.
Right. And now you must be saving that money because you're obviously getting $0 health insurance. Is that right?
Correct, it is right. I mean, we saved one semester's amount, and the other one we spent on a trip, which I think is
Yeah.
also a
Yeah.
good
Right,
good
right,
thing.
right. Yeah. But overall, that's a saving. However, you spend it, that's a different
Correct.
story. Right. And then I know behind the scene, you told me like you've used it for your medical expenses as well, and you had to pay $0 for your expenses as well. Like, how did that process happen? Why did you use it?
So it was kind of a sad story. Once I had to visit ER,
Mm,
unfortunately, and then when I went there, I have no idea how healthcare in US works. Nothing. I just gave them my card. It's a white card, United Healthcare on it, and they took it and they admitted me into ER. They treated me. They sent me back home. Now I have
mm,
no idea. They didn't ask for money at any point. They didn't tell me how much it will cost, who will cover it, nothing. When I come back home, I get a mail after like a week or 10 days stating that we paid so and so amount of dollars. It's like a four figure. You know how expensive it is, right?
right. Yeah.
So it was like a four figure, but it's all covered. That's good thing.
Mm.
I didn't have to pay even $1. Correct. It just said that we paid all this amount for you. You don't have to worry. You don't have to pay anything.
Nice. Yeah. Would you recommend people who are watching this to, if they are studying in New York, should they get this?
100%. It's basically free money if it doesn't affect anything in the future. And then if I think if New York state government says something, it's pretty solid. If they don't
Yeah.
share this with anybody, then I think it's pretty solid.
Yeah. If you enjoyed this video, I also want to make sure that you don't get scammed in United States. So I've made that video. Please go and check that video, or also check the video which is making the 5 big mistakes which international students make. So I hope you don't make these as well. I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, keep smiling and keep hustling. Gotta hustle every single day.